If you don't like this video in the next 2.8 seconds, then the new evil gnome will haunt your next game of Fortnite. Don't risk it. Yo, what is good, guys? It's your boy Woods back with a new video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the easiest way you guys can be getting arena points to go ahead and build yourself up to Champion League, or if you've already hit it, then you can go ahead and get even more arena points faster. So to give you guys a bit of a heads up how this video is going to go ahead and work, I'm going to take you from the start game to the end game and tell you tips on how to survive every single encounter, and just overall tips to help you survive longer and get more points. And honestly, thank God you chose this video, because this is definitely the perfect video for your needs if you're looking to get better at the game, because I've compacted so much information into this video, so it's definitely worth the watch the whole video. Also, I would just like to say I'm on the road to 80,000 subscribers, so if you could help me out and subscribe if you are looking to get better at Fortnite and learn some new tips every single day. I upload new Fortnite tip videos every single day, so please do consider subscribing, as it's literally free, guys, so help me out. And plus, if you subscribe and watch all my videos, you're only going to be getting better, so it's a win-win and it's free, so you may as well do it. But anyways, let's jump straight into it. Alrighty, so now we actually moved into the game. The first thing you actually want to go ahead and focus on is your landing spot, of course, where you're actually going to be landing. Every single pro has their own landing spot, and my personal landing spot is the pontoon. I'll actually throw a link in the description to a video where you can go ahead and find some good landing spots. But anyways, so what the first thing you want to go ahead and do is, once you've landed here, you want a W key of spawn. The main important thing is to go ahead and get the 1-up on any other players you can do. Alright, so once we've killed the first person off spawn and you've W keyed the initial person, you want to be making sure that you have the maximum amount of shield before you push the next person. Then you want to push them, but you do not want to be getting too tunnel vision, as there could be other people landing at your spot, so you definitely need to be making sure you're aware. Unfortunately though, it was just a 1v1 at this point, so I could go ahead and focus all my attention onto this one player. Now, I knew that he was white, and I needed to finish the fight ASAP. Unfortunately, he built up, but I managed to use a shotgun to my ability. You see, once I killed him here, you need to actually go ahead and realize that the charged shotgun is super overpowered off spawn. Now, the reason this is so overpowered is because not much people have shield off spawn, and with 100 blasts to them, it can be very devastating to their health. As you can see, once again, I use it to my ability and one pump the kid. Also, off spawn, if you find any of these purple sharks, definitely make sure to kill them because they give you insane loot. But anyways, moving on to the rotations and the mid game. As you can see here, I need to move on for the mid game, and I actually choose to go around the right hand side of this island. The reason is because of Sweaty Sands and the Flotilla actually have different people rotating out them. In my head, I can picture this. So what I do is go ahead and go between them and manage to actually find not many people along my way. However, if you do find a certain person on the way, make sure you go ahead and W key them as hard as you can to make them crumble, and they will definitely start to panic, and it's a free kill. The main reason I won that fight was because I W keyed them. Anyways, moving on, as I rotated into zone, I actually found a couple more kids, and I got third partied. The best way to go ahead and win a third party is by go ahead and focusing one of the kids first. As you can see, I managed to spray this kid and get him very weak instantly, so I went ahead and short padded over to him. As soon as you get one of the people weak in the third party, you want to go ahead and make sure you push them as soon as possible to try and eliminate them. As you can see, I get a nice little blast to his head, and I had to finish off the fight using that tip from earlier to try and kill him as soon as possible. Visualize your opponents. Now you see, this is a really important thing when rotating for zone, as actually, as you can see here, from Agency and Frenzy, I noticed that this is the most amount of people from the side of zone. However, at the bottom of zone, there is actually the least amount of landing spots down there. So that is where there's going to be the least amount of people coming from, so I could visualize in my head where the enemies are coming from. Now we're next on to recovering our game. We don't actually have a lot of mats at this point, as I didn't really have a good start game on farming up anything, so I have to go ahead and find myself a couple kills at this point, because I don't have what I need to win the game. As you can see here, I pushed this kid and W key him and try and get his mats. Unfortunately, he had barely any mats, so that means that I need to go ahead and kill another person. You guys definitely need to be making sure that you kill as many people as you can to make sure you have the most amount of mats for the late game, setting you up nicely. What you may not have noticed there though, is I actually used the shotgun advantage to my technique, and what I actually used, instead of a pickaxe to mine the floor, I actually used my shotgun. This allowing me to keep out my shotgun the whole entire time. Now, if you're getting sprayed in the late games, this is a great way to avoid getting sprayed, as I know a lot of people die to this. Now, you see, if you ever actually box out around you and you're starting to get sprayed by 2 or more people, the best way is just to get out the box rather than holding the walls and wasting your materials. Just get out of that box and you should be chilling. Now, you need to form a rotation plan. Now, as you can see here, I need to rotate for zone, and I'm actually thinking in my head where will be the least amount of people, and I'm looking on the map where it will be. So I rotate around the side of the mountain, and I notice that there's barely anyone on this side, so I can go ahead and take this nicely. Then I box up, look back into zone, and get some free kills. So to get the most amount of arena points effectively is to always look back into zone once you've rotated for free kills. As you can see there, making another plan of where I've got to move for the next zone and planning ahead. Then when it comes to rotating, you definitely need to be practicing your box fight and 1v1s with your friends. This can definitely help with fast editing and fast tunneling. Then, towards this sort of point in the game, you want to be looking for high ground, as definitely high ground is going to be helping you secure that win, getting you those extra placement points, which will end up getting you way more arena points. I took out the competition for high, and I went ahead and dropped down. You always need to be making sure that you have enough mats for high ground. In this case, I didn't have enough mats. I needed to think what I needed to win, which is more mats in this case, so that's why I still had to push this kid to win this game. And I had enough mats and even a grappler, which was going to help me win. From there, I grappled up and tried to get high ground because I now have everything I need to win, which includes mats and also high ground. And I actually extend over. You need to be making sure you're always connected to some sort of a flooring so you don't get shot out, as it's a really bad thing to always get shot out and die because it's unfair in one way of thinking about it. From here, I secure the kill, and now it's only a 1v1, and I'm on high ground, and I think you all guys know where it's gonna go. Alright, but obviously I don't win every single game of Fortnite, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you some games where I actually lose or make some bad plays. So let's start out by looking at this one here. I dropped down for high ground to go ahead and fight these two kids and try and get on the action, and unfortunately it actually led me to be on the mid ground, same level, and I could have stayed on the high ground, giving me the advantage. Thankfully, this kid was horrific at the game, and he didn't actually shoot back, but here another mistake came out, is that I actually gave him time to med. Once I got him low, I may as well have just finished the fight then, as soon as possible, but instead I let him go to the high ground and med up. This was a bad play by me. As you can see, he was super weak, and then the bad play came out from him, which was him to drop down. Now you see, what you want to be doing is always keeping high ground is your best friend, definitely in arena games. My next bad play in this game here was that I actually followed this kid on the launch pad. Now sometimes this can be a trap, because if the first person has landed first, then they can go ahead and turn around and spray you. Thankfully, this kid was really bad with the game, and I actually managed to follow up and kill him anyways, but still, it wasn't a very smart move on my part. My next move here was actually, I let the other person try and get high ground on me first by miniing up in a box. Because of this, he was now playing the aggressive playstyle, and I was now under pressure. Then I learned from my mistakes and actually managed to W key some person and put the pressure on him, as it always makes them crumble. Next, I let my opponent actually get above me almost, and that is another mistake of my part. I was not listening out and focusing. And then another mistake, I dropped down. So you guys definitely need to make sure you keep high ground, as it's definitely a massive important factor. As now he has the high ground and I'm under attack. Unfortunately, I shoot the floor out and the guy gets away. I'm now on high ground though, spraying down on the person. However, the problem is that I shortly dropped down here and focused another guy. I should have focused on the kid that I was originally fighting. Do never try to fight two people at once. Always try and eliminate one of them and then the other one afterwards. Unfortunately, I tried fighting two people at once and I had to pay the consequence. As you can see, I died here, and that was my fault for not actually pressuring the first kid I chose to fight. The next thing, it was in another game, was in an end game, and I was actually trying to fight another person. I should have just hid in a box, and honestly, you guys need to be doing this too. There's no point in drawing attention to yourself in these late games and streams, because you'll just get pushed by a lot of people. As you can see here, I started killing some people and spraying. Unfortunately though, I got shot in the back. Anyways, I get shot out, and unfortunately, I died here. But anyways, guys, that's been it for today's video. I hope you have learned something new, and if you are still watching, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because you've clearly enjoyed today's tips. So make sure to go ahead and subscribe for more of this content in future, and make sure to drop a like, because it helps my video get recommended, so I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, guys, that's been it, and make sure to go ahead and comment your actual arena points currently, how many arena points you've currently got. I'm curious as to see where you guys are currently at. I want to see if I can help you guys improve, see what level you're at. So yeah, make sure to go ahead and comment your current arena points, make sure to drop a like on the video, make sure to subscribe if you are new, and I guess I will see you all in the next video. Peace.